Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Talking with E, where we like to talk and highlight some of the most interesting people and events around town. I'm Edith Thomas, and today I'd like to welcome our mayor, Manny Figueiredo. Manny, it is a pleasure to have you back on the show.
It's great to be with you here at Talking with E, and I love this.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know if you sent it to me, but I think we're color coordinating with my tie.
Purposely.
It's kind of neat, you know. So it's great to be here with you. It's always a pleasure to talk and communicate with you and bring things out to our residents, information that is important and vital to them.
It is. And you're kicking off our new year, the first episode of the year. And who else to bring but you, Manny? We love to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's good to be here.
Thank you. So Manny, with the many years of service that you've contributed to the community, the majority of our residents do know who you are and your contributions, especially last year, returning back, first year back as the mayor. How was 2022?
Yeah, it was an interesting year. You know, a lot of changes. We had a pandemic that we were fighting, if no one knew about that, and unfortunately we lost so many people throughout it. And I think it was sort of the flower blossoming again. 2022 was a way of us trying to get out of that pandemic, and we transitioned out of it. We had over 30 grand openings of various types, not just restaurants, but they were businesses, some salons, a variety of places.
Definitely.
So over 30 is pretty big considering we were coming out of a pandemic. And another one that's very important, and I think that talks about what the Township of Union is we had a low vacancy rate in our commercial establishments. And that's big considering 20 and 21 were difficult times, economic times for many of our businesses. So we were able, through many of our programs, to help some of these businesses stay afloat as they went through this pandemic. So 2022 was a great year. It was a way to try to upright the ship and get things back sailing and back on course, and I think we are.
And I agree. I completely agree. Like you said, 30 is a tremendous number, and I think it definitely helped moving everything along, the flower blossoming, letting people know we are transitioning and we're back. And I think it did that. It did exactly that.
And we are back. And moving ahead. We're not only back, we're moving ahead.
We are. We're flying ahead. So as the new year progresses, we're already in February. I can't believe it. It's like we count down yesterday.
Like that.
But as the new year progresses, what projects and programs can we look forward to?
Well, my focus this year is on quality of life. When I say my focus, it's the Township Committee's focus. We're a group. We work together. It's not about me, it's about us. And then it's about our residents. So there's some great things coming ahead. We've revamped our Code Red into Everbridge. It's one of the, and what that has now offered us is a larger population that we can communicate many of our emergency and any other important notifications that we have. We have the See It, what's it called? See It, Click It?
See It, Click Fix.
Click Fix. If those that saw my interesting comical video on New Year's Day, I think one of the moments where people always chuckle is when I took a picture of a pothole, and like that, our public works appeared. It's magic. So those type of things help our residents, our public, to bring things to our attention. So it's important that we have those things.
Definitely.
We expanded code enforcement. You know, quality of life is about the trash that didn't get picked up, that neighbor did not put away. They put out bulk items when they shouldn't have. Small things, but that are big things in a community, and their quality of life. So we've expanded our code enforcement so that we have people available on the weekend. So if you see something, call it in, see it. What's it called again? See it?
See, click, fix.
See, click, fix. We will have a code enforcement out there. And we're not out there to ticket people. We're there to tell you, please clean this up. Please put that garbage away. It's a quality of life issue. Trees are so important. Trees are the breath of life that we need in the town. And our Public Works Department planted over 260 trees in 22. We look to do that again this year. And then we had a giveaway of these cherry trees. We had 100 cherry tree saplings that people could pick up at Public Works and plant. I picked one up. I watered it, so hopefully it's making it through the winter.
Fingers crossed.
I'm hoping there's enough, even though we didn't have snow, but
didn't.
it is just wonderful what our Public Works is doing. So those are the types of things we're looking ahead into this year. And again, back to quality of life issues for each and every one of our residents. That's so important.
I love that you brought up our new Everbridge system, because I feel not enough people are aware. So it's good to get the word out. Everyone was signed up for Code Red, and now we are making this transition to Everbridge, where we need everyone to go back, if they haven't already signed up, put your information there, because you can get event notifications, you can get emergency notifications, general notifications, and I'm glad that you brought that up, because I know some of our residents have done that transition, but not enough.
Yeah, and it's so important that you're saying that, because we always hear after the fact when an event happens or something happens in town, I didn't know about it. How come I didn't know about it? Well, we have social media out there, but not everyone is on social media. So this is a way to communicate with our residents to get the word out. Any emergency situations, events that are important that people would be interested in going to see.
Definitely. Via text, phone call, email, they have all of it right at the
They
top
have
there.
those options, so it's not like we're going to inundate you, you know. There's one other thing I wanted to add. We're going to focus on parks.
Yes.
And we'll talk a little bit more about Rapkin later on, but we're looking to invest in our parks throughout the Township of Union. Just to, have a list here, so I'm just going to refer to it. Lightning Brook, with the county, we're looking to put a turf on there and just expand that situation down there. On Weber, we're really looking to redesign Weber, including something that people have asked for, pickleball.
Oh,
I haven't played it, but it's the craze out there.
I was going to say, it's the trend now. It's the big thing.
Our rec department has a pickleball program going on. So,
They do.
but we look to build some courts there with our tennis courts at Weber. And there's Freiburger Park right back here, where we're going to rebuild the Girl Scout house alongside with the library that's happening there. Jerome Petty Park, we've already done some improvements there and continue to do some more. Bill Cole Park, we're going to work down there and possibly try to include a dog park and other options down there. And Joe Collins, where we're looking to have trails set up back there so our residents can have a beautiful place to walk and enjoy nature. So again, quality of life and making sure our parks throughout town have some improvements.
Definitely. I love that. And I love the improvements for the parks, because like you said, it's for our residents. Take a walk with your dog, walk with your friend, and see the greenery that we still have in Union.
And it's important you said that, walk. It's about all ages.
Yes.
When we think parks, sometimes we just think kids, play area, but it's not.
No.
It's for all of our residents, all ages. So get out there and get some fresh air, and it's so important.
Oh, I look forward to that. You'll see me walking. I promise.
I'll walk with you.
Okay. So along with progress in the town has been resilient when it comes down to speeding. I know we had the 2022 Speed Initiative. Can you reiterate exactly what it's about and how it'll continue on this year?
I'll tell you what, you can actually put a dash after that and put 2023, because we are not only going to continue that, but we're going to expand it. So 2022, we go back to the pandemic, there weren't as many cars, and it seems like when people got back behind the wheel of their car, you just said it exactly. I think the phew says it all, that sound effect. And it's not just conducive to Union, it's systemic, it's all around.
It is.
But we want to make sure that you know, when you come into Union, because our residents know, that when you come into Union, you better follow that speed limit, or our police will be enforcing. They will be ticketing. This is not, we're going to give you just a little a warning. No, you're speeding, you're not following the rules. So we've expanded that this year to include, now we have some speed signs throughout, which of course some people saw that I stayed within the speed limit when our video on New Year's Day. I have personally seen those things change the mindset of a driver like in front of me. I've seen them going, let's say it's a 25 mile an hour, they're going 35. And all of a sudden, that yellow, that red is flashing. And I've seen them put their brakes on. Now, did we stop them? At that moment, we did. But hopefully enough times, it changes the mindset. That's what we need to do, is change the mindset of the driver that comes into Union and with our own residents. So just beware, our police will be out there. Of course, we have 650 roads. You can't have a police officer on every block, but we're out there. And we've expanded it for trucks. I've seen, with the explosion of maps and Waze, you have a driver of an 18-wheeler who's going to put his cell phone on the panel there, and he needs to get to spot B. He's at spot A. He's going to look for the shortest. Well, that shortest is a residential street. We don't want 18-wheelers on our residential streets. They destroy the community feel, the quality of life. So again, our police are out there ticketing those large trucks that are above the weight limit on those streets that they're not allowed on. So our speed 22 is really expanded into 23 and expanded.
Yes.
A bigger focus. Now, just so you know, our residents, over 10,000 vehicles were stopped last year and summoned.
Oh, wow.
So it's not like we're taking this lightly.
No.
And the message is getting out that we're starting to see some improvement in that. So it takes each and every one of our residents and visitors to be careful with that right foot on that gas pedal. Some of them are a little heavy on that foot, and they just need to lighten up and keep looking at the speedometer. It's safety for them, it's safety for pedestrians, it's safety for other cars, and it's safety for all of us in the Township of Union. So important.
It is.
So it's a real strong focus that we want to continue to focus on in 23.
I love it. I love it. Because like you said, when you see that sign, you definitely slow down. And I'm glad you mentioned that. And speaking of signs, there's also, I've seen pedestrian signs implemented on the streets for cars and for residents to know this is a walkway for the pedestrians, let them walk. And I love that because not enough areas have that. And I'm glad to see them around town in Union.
And we have given violations to people who do not adhere to that. When that pedestrian is on that walkway, that pedestrian has the right of way.
Yes.
So please be aware of that. And again, we go back to controlling your speed in the environment. We're not a highway, even though we're surrounded by highways with 22, with 78, with the Parkway. But we within the town are not highways, so follow the laws within our township, or else you're going to get a ticket. We don't want to give you a ticket, but we just want you to ease up on that right foot.
Go a little lighter.
Ease up, ease up. Lower the weight on that right foot. That's what we want,
I couldn't agree more. But Manny, we're going to take a break.
Sure.
Everyone will return right back with our mayor, Manny Figueiredo. So don't you turn that channel. We'll be right back.
I'm an actor in an ad that was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm Edith Thomas, and you're watching Talking with E. If you're just tuning in, we are sitting down with Mayor Manny Figueiredo. Manny, we are rolling, we are rocking. How are we feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. Anytime I sit down with you, it's so easy to have a conversation. Talking with E is easy.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so,
I should add that as a tagline.
Instead of the mic. But the mic is good. We're good. We're good. But it is. You make it so easy for anyone to come and sit in this chair and have a conversation.
Thank you, because I want to get the easiest translation across to our residents.
Absolutely.
So speaking of residents, our recreational events and opportunities are a major part of the township. From all the events that we had 2022, all the years prior, it's a major part of the township. What can be expected for this upcoming year for our families to enjoy?
I've got to tell you, I'm glad you said that there are so many of them, and they are amazing, because they are. And they keep growing.
They do.
Our Black History Month has kicked off, all right? We're in February. We have a movie coming up, The Woman King.
Yes.
But that's not the only event. We used to combine it all into one event and do a variety of things during that event. We've decided to break it up into 3 different events throughout the month, which I think offers many of our residents a variety of events to attend and different type of events. So we're kicking off the month with a movie at Jefferson School, which I think is a great event. We also are bringing post-pandemic. We're going. We have our Black History art event, our art exhibition at our Vauxhall Meeting Center. So that is phenomenal, because 3 years ago, I remember Michelle and I were there.
Yes,
and it was just
I remember
a great event. And it's so good that we're able to do this again, because there is some wonderful artwork out there. And a little secret, I heard that there's a certain committeeman that just came on that might have some of his work there, but I'm not gonna mention anything about a James Bowser Jr., no less. So
I think we're hearing that in the streets somewhere.
that was an echo. That was an echo. And then we're gonna close off with a kind of a new event. It's gonna be an expo and a vendor fair. So it's gonna be a longer event from 1 to 5 at our senior center. And that's going to be, I think it's February 25th. That's our senior center. So that's where we will also present the Euless Peacock Award.
Yes.
So instead of keeping it to one event, we've spread it out to 3. And I think it gives our residents the choice, and it gives them different things to be able to attend.
Definitely.
So looking forward to that. Again, the tried and true things we have. We've expanded. You know, we do have farmers market that usually starts around April, May when the farms get going and runs to November sometimes.
It does.
We have decided to kind of expand that because the food trucks are a component of that.
They are.
And we have found that, you know, people get to Thursday and said, you know what, I don't feel like cooking. So I can go to the food truck and pick up some dinner. We heard them. So we now have food truck Thursdays now in the winter. They continue at Bear Temple. So those are every Thursday. They can stop by and pick up dinner. We continue to do our Clean a Park and Earth Day events, so we will continue to do that this coming year. Memorial Day Parade, phenomenal event, brings not only our residents together, but people from all around. Our Veterans Alliance has just done a phenomenal job on really bringing that up. We have our Pride Celebration, which has grown.
It has.
We have our Juneteenth festivity, which has grown.
It has.
And then we get into our 4th of July. We have our concert and the fireworks. I think this past year, when I walked around, were just phenomenal.
Yeah.
We had guesstimates of how many people were there, but it was very tough to get a handle on it because it was a great, great event. And then all of July, we have our Thursday concert series.
We do.
Which is phenomenal. We have our Hispanic Heritage Night, which was such a hit this year that we are looking at making it a 2-day event.
Oh, wow,
So
really?
I think, let the cat out of the bag, sorry. And we're looking at planning it for a 2-day event.
Oh, that's great.
Because it's a phenomenal event. Taste of Union, we were finally able to bring that back post-pandemic again. And those are where local vendors come together with their foods and share their cuisine for a cause. And it was a great event. This our car, bike, and truck show, unfortunately, was rained out, but it is, I think, bigger than big. I think it's huge. I think
It is.
And I didn't say huge. I just said huge. So we're bringing that back, and hopefully the rain gods do not pour down upon us.
I would hope not.
Because it takes a lot of work.
It does.
And a lot of different groups that have to get together to bring all that together. And our Halloween, gosh, we have such great Halloween events. Between our police department doing their trunk or treat, we have our own trunk or treat.
We do.
And we have our Spooktacular. Every kid should just be there at all those events. It's great stuff going on. A little known fact, we have a Union Municipal Band that every 2 to 3 months plays at Hannah Caldwell, and it's on our website. They just had a concert this past week.
They did.
And it's free. It doesn't cost anything. Just come down. You know, it's so
Take
cool.
a listen.
It's really neat. It's a chance to hear live music without having to pay fees to any entities. I know it's not Bad Bunny, but it's good municipal band. All right, it's good band. All right. So and then we had this phenomenal event, which you were there, and you guys made me do things that I didn't think I would do or have to do.
What are we talking
And that was
about?
our Winter Wonderland.
Yes.
My gosh.
Yes.
Even though the second day the weather did not want to cooperate, but it was just a magical place to be.
For everyone of all ages.
It really was. You walked into that. I walked in with my wife, and are we at Beer Temple Park? No. People said it was like a Norman Rockwell painting, some people, because we had the carolers going around. There was so many things going. Santa was coming. We just had, there was snow falling on us. You know, it was just a great event. you helped put it together, and so we thank you.
Oh.
We're going to continue that.
We are.
I'm afraid when they tell me we're going to expand that, because I have visions of like Tinkerbell coming down a wire.
I was gonna say, you didn't know we were gonna put you on the wire.
Oh no, that wire would break right at the onset of it. It would never make it down. There'd have to be a landing pad for me right there. But that was people came up to me, that was such a great event. People came up to me and go, how did you do this and it's free? Because we went to other towns and we had to pay an entrance fee.
Exactly.
And it was nowhere near as interesting,
No.
diverse, fun
Yeah.
as this event. So we look forward again to continuing that, because that was just an amazing event. And do our tree lighting there. So
Of course. I love, like you touched on it, the fact that it was free. Majority of the township events are free for our union residents.
Yep.
And I love that because it gets the opportunity, it lets the opportunity for our residents to come out, see what union's about, see what our local businesses are about, come enjoy. You might meet a friend, you might meet a lover, you might network, anything. Just come out and enjoy. And I really enjoy
And there are rec events that I didn't even touch upon, because there are those physical events like
Yes.
basketball.
Yes.
I like tennis in the summer. There's painting. There is arts and crafts that we have
Very
for children.
true.
There are so many events that you can go to our rec department website and look up at many of those events that are available. Again, those are open to all residents, age appropriate. So I don't think the residents want to do arts and crafts with the little 3 and 4-year-olds. Maybe they do.
If you have time, maybe you
they do. Come on down.
But I love that. I love and I look forward to all the events happening. Like you said, February, we're having Black History Month. We're also having Valentine's Day events, and that's something to look forward to. I don't know if it's because I'm mentioning it because I'm single or if it's anything, but there's Valentine's events coming up, and it's great for people to come out.
You may go to that meet and greet and then end up not being single. So watch out.
I don't know. We'll see.
You know?
We'll just
And
have to
we
come out
had
and see.
the Paint and Sip,
Yes,
that I
we
think is
do.
sold out already.
Yes, yep.
Such great Valentine's Day events
It
that we
is.
have.
There's something for everyone.
There really is.
And
there
I
is.
love that. That should be Union's tagline. A place for something for everyone.
I agree.
So speaking of recreational opportunities, I've noticed that Rapkin Park is under construction. If you drive by, you notice it. So what new things can we expect there?
We are looking to put a state-of-the-art turf field there. And we've just hit some, as all of the people that are watching this at home know, when they try a project at home, whether it's a bathroom, a kitchen, there's always things that are
Hiccups.
hindrances, something that you find, hiccups. We've found a bunch of hiccups, maybe some indigestion within the confines of Rapkin Park. We're dealing with them, we're moving along. It's taken a little longer than we expected, but we look to have a late spring. We're putting down turf field that's going to be multi-use. It's the high school soccer level we'll be able to play on there. Youth football,
Oh, nice.
which is great for the Rams. Field hockey, so it'll be lined out for field hockey also. Softball, baseball,
Oh, wow.
rec soccer. New lighting in the area, new seating, and I think the lighting is already up. Some walking paths, some landscaping. And also on the adjacent field, Conlon, which we had already done at turf field, we're looking to possibly expand that to be a full-size soccer field. So it kind of be like Volunteer Park, a full-size soccer field, because that's one of the issues that's there. And then there's a phase 2 to that where we hope to also redo the high school football field.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to guesstimate, it's at least 12 to 13 years old. You start seeing some wear and tear. We're looking to use some funds to create a new carpet for that.
That would be good.
And along with that, building a new Rams house that's there. We'll knock the old one down. And so there are components of a phase 2. But the phase 1 is what our residents will see. So now Rapkin will become a multi-purpose area. The area where we hold our concerts will still be grass, but then we'll have this whole component, just a beautiful environment that'll be there. So there's some good stuff coming.
It sounds like it. 'Cause you had me at the walking path and the new lighting. I'm there. I don't play much sports, but I'm there to watch. So
You can start.
I could. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
That sounds.
it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it
very
sounds
exciting.
phenomenal. So speaking of something else that's exciting and that I'm super excited for, which I think you would be too as a former music teacher, teacher, a pianist. We are going to have a black box theater at our new library. Tell me more about it. How excited are you for that, and what's going to happen over there?
That is cool. Let's just back up just a little bit. A new library. That is exciting in and of itself.
Yes.
And we have the video on our website of an artist's rendering of not only what it'll look on the outside, but what it will look on the inside.
Definitely.
And I can't wait to see the real thing. And it is blossoming. You walk by, drive by, you see those walls going up. So we're looking at a 2024, September 2024 opening for that, which is pretty good. 18 months and this thing will come
Not
up
bad at all.
and we're up there. Now, more specifically about the black box, what's cool, great about an environment like that, it's an environment that's conducive to many different media. So you can have dramatic arts there. You can have spoken word there. And it will be chairs that are movable so we can be a round table. It doesn't have to be audience stage kind of an environment. You can have poetry readings.
Nice.
I think having an intimate environment like that is welcoming to the many arts programs we have. You know, our high school is an award-winning drama company.
Oh, wow.
They've won at Paper Mill, they've won Rising Star Awards throughout the years.
I did not
This
know that.
now gives those students, as they come from the elementary, moving through the middle and into high school, another environment, another location to kind of spread their wings. Maybe it's a spoken word. Maybe it's some poetry readings. Poetry is making a comeback.
It is.
And I just think it's just a beautiful medium to communicate with people.
I agree.
And I think sitting there and having that black box creates that intimate environment that is needed for those. So I'm excited about those type of things. It's good. And maybe we'll hear you sing in there.
Oh, I like how you just threw that one in there.
Slipped it in. You know, you said you're not athletic. That's not an athletic endeavor. Singing is athletic.
Okay.
Diaphragm.
That. Very true.
Okay,
Very true.
so
I got to control my breathing.
That's
You're
right.
very right.
We're there.
We'll see if I perform there. But no, I completely agree. I love the intimacy of the Black Box Theater.
Yeah.
And like you said, we have so many events that would just fit like a glove right in there. So
gonna be-
I'm super excited.
It's going to be great. It's going to
It
be great.
is. Okay, so I know I've had you here for a bit, but I just want to ask our last question. A large part of our viewers are our seniors. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So with our seniors, we have the new senior center. It's been up for about a year now, I want to say. Tell me more about that, because I know that they have programs running all the time. Tell me what's going on at our senior center.
You know, I'm a senior. So you're speaking to a senior, you know. I don't know what their definition is, but we're looking at that active senior.
Okay.
So we're trying to revamp what the senior center is, not just a place to hang out and play cards.
Yeah.
But maybe you want to do yoga. Maybe you want to do some aerobics. Maybe you want to develop your computer skills. Today, with a phone, maybe you want to develop your phone skills because, as I do with my mom, how do you turn it on? How do you turn it off? Simple things like that. Maybe you have a tablet, that you an iPad that you want to work with. It's a way that many of our seniors can communicate with their loved ones. So if we can help them in our senior center to become more adept at that medium, it gives them a way to stay in touch with loved ones outside of that senior center environment. So we're looking at that. We want them to come in and dance and hear live music. We have events like that for them there. They can always shoot pool. We have those pool tables, the new ones are just so amazing.
Remember when we took that visit, they were amazing, those pool tables.
And we got some pool sharks in there.
Oh, I bet.
There's some men and
Oh, I
women that are just, I do not want to go up against them, you know?
Me either.
And again, we continue the trips that they have and live theater that they're welcome to come. So we're expanding many of our services there at the senior center and look forward to having some of our active seniors come down and join and start seeing what our senior center is about. So excited about that.
I was just there the other day. They did line dancing and chair yoga, and it was just phenomenal to see because everyone, their spirits were lifted. They
Chair
enjoyed
yoga.
it.
I
Yeah.
raise my hand.
Yes.
I do it at home, virtual.
And they made it seem just so effortless too. It's like one with the chair, and the instructor was great, and Maria over there just handling the seniors so like family. I love to see it.
And movement is important. Any doctor you go to visit, as we age, which we are, I am, you are not yet, you know.
Don't let it fool you, man.
No, you're not. Movement is important. Any type of movement is important for us as we age, to keep the joints mobile, to keep them. We're not like the Tin Man. We can't take the can and squeeze it here, you know. We have to oil them ourselves, and movement is a way of oiling. So if we can get our seniors to do chair yoga, which is not getting down on the floor, which is a way for them to extend some of the ligaments, tendons, and muscles in a way that's not harmful to them.
Yeah.
Aerobics is a little more impact. Chair yoga is not, and there's other things they can do. So it's great that you got to see that.
Yes.
It's so much fun.
It was. I wanted to put my camera down and go join
You could have done it with the camera.
I could have.
Because the chair is used as a prop. You could have used the camera as a prop. So.
Manny, it is always a pleasure having you on the show. You are so informative, and like you said, it's easy talking to you.
And it's easy talking with E.
I think it might be talking with Manny and E.
That's a whole different show. We'd have to bring in another chair.
We might have to do food too. Maybe I can get you on the food show.
There we go. I'm a foodie, so
Me too.
I love to cook.
Listen, I'm there. We're there.
I'm with you.
We'll talk about it. But Manny, thank you so much for sitting down with me. It's always a pleasure.
It's great to be here with you, and you do such a great job in keeping this information coming out to all of our residents. Thank you for what you do.
Oh, of course. And thank you everyone at home for watching. Make sure you tune in next time. Make sure you visit our website, visit our social medias. There's so much information there, like the mayor said, that you can come be a part of, find out about. I promise you, you would not regret it. So again, I am Ida Stamas. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time with Talking with Steve. Take care.